If you're going to spend your money on things, your hard earned money, I think that there should be a checklist that you go through and things that you should consider before buying anything, not just clothes. But in today's video, we're going to talk about clothes specifically, what I think you should consider before buying anything new for your wardrobe. And today's video is kindly sponsored by lilysilk. I'm going to be styling a couple of their pieces throughout the video. The first thing that I think you should consider when buying anything for your closet is versatility. Can you dress this piece up and down? Is this something that you can style for more than one season? Is it transitional? How many different outfits can I create with this? It has to be at least 3. That's like my standard. Anything below that, we are not buying. I want to be able to integrate it into my closet seamlessly, and I want it to work with other pieces in my closet. So whether I'm able to dress it up and down is not that much of a big deal, because sometimes I do buy something that's a little bit more casual. I don't necessarily want it to be able to dress up, but I do want to be able to elevate it. So even if it's like athleisure, I want to be able to throw accessories on it that elevate it, and it's not just something that I'm wearing to go and work out and sweat in. And there are definitely ways that you can dress even very casual pieces up to look presentable while remaining casual. Like, I'm not saying that you need to have something very casual and it needs to be elevated to a point where I can like go out in it. You just want to be able to elevate it at least a little bit. Next is material. I talk about this all the time. Is this something that is going to wash well? Assuming that it's not dry clean only, how many times are you going to be able to use this and wash it and wear it and it's going to last? Very, very important. You can learn about materials based on what you have in your own closet. Go to the things that have the most use and that you've washed the most, and what is the composition of it? Like, what materials is it made of? What do you love wearing? What do you think goes very well with the type of weather that you have? And then you can start purchasing things with similar composition because you know that it works for you, or you just do research on certain fabrics and how they withstand certain things. Figure out what materials are good quality and are going to last a very long time. You're going to thank yourself in the long run, as opposed to going and buying something that's very affordable and you can only get like a couple washes out of it or wears out of it. So speaking of long-term thinking, I think that lilysilk is the perfect example of quality that lays very beautifully on the body. You can find pretty much everything on their website. They have so many timeless basics on there, from silk to cashmere. Selena Gomez has actually been spotted in lilysilk. It just works for so many different occasions. That's why I think it's the perfect example for everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video. They just have very thoughtful designs, and I can tell that they're built to last. In terms of fabric, craftsmanship, and design, lilysilk products rival luxury brands, but obviously they do have more affordable prices than luxury brands. However, the quality is still very, very, very good. I am so impressed with every single piece that I tried on. I got their silkery heirloom polo. It has a classic polo collar, but I really love the shape of it. It's not as long as a traditional sweater, and it looks really good when I style it with more high-waisted pieces. So I kind of dressed it up slightly, but I also dressed it more sporty, and I love both looks. I think that it's something that can just work with so many different things. It'll be so good for work from home days, travel days, just pretty much anything. Like, especially my lifestyle, I think that it just works very, very, very well. The collared neck just makes it look very chic. And despite the fact that it is a sweater, it's actually very breathable, which is great for me because I live in a hotter climate. Another question that you should ask yourself is, do you own something similar? I have a ton of white tees, but I do have certain tees that elevate my outfit more. So this is like a two-parter. The next question is, does it elevate your outfit? If it is something that is similar to the things in your closet, if you own something similar, is it maybe a different shape or silhouette, something that's really going to elevate your outfit? So for example, I have a ton of button-down shirts, but my poplin ones or my more casual looking button-down shirts or very oversized button-down shirts are obviously different than button-down shirts that are slightly smaller or slightly more fitted or that are made of silk. So another piece that I got from lilysilk is their one relaxed fit silk shirt. So this is a very flowy, beautiful, elegant fabric, lays stunningly on the body. It is such good quality, very durable feeling material. I've owned silk shirts before. They're just very like too delicate to a point where I was scared to wear it. This is not that. This just feels very good quality and something that I know I'm gonna have for a very long time. I can wear this so many different ways. I can dress it up and down. It just looks so feminine and elegant. It can be worn as an inner layer, or you could just wear it open, how I love to style my button-up shirts. Next piece that I got from them is their silk jersey scoop tank top. And again, this is just a very beautiful flowy fabric. I can really manipulate it and tuck it in a bunch of different ways into all of my bottoms, and it's something that just flows and lays so beautifully on the body. This is a refined blend of premium breathable mulberry silk, super lightweight, which is very important for me when it comes to any type of fabric, and it has a little bit of stretch, which I really appreciate in everything. I think one of my favorite necklines is scoop neckline, so this neckline is super flattering. Obviously it's perfect for layering and just wearing with everything. Like this just goes with everything, but the fact that it's a more beautiful, elegant fabric just really elevates looks. Adjustability, is this something that can grow and shrink with me? This question became very important for me after going through pregnancy and going through postpartum. Now every single time I buy something, I ask myself, is this something that if I do end up gaining weight for whatever reason, you know, even us, like even when obviously we're not pregnant or postpartum and we're just going through that time of the month, we fluctuate. I fluctuate. Like my body doesn't look exactly the same throughout my entire cycle. It looks different. So I want to take that into consideration. Is this something that if I'm bloated or if I've gained a couple pounds, especially when I'm going to spend more money on something, I prefer things that are stretchy, adjustable, have drawstrings, have elastic waistband. I'm able to adjust it. So this that I'm wearing right now is a set, but obviously I can style them with different pieces. So this is a silk cotton blend top. I paired it with their merino wool drawstring maxi skirt. So these cap sleeves and the mock neck is definitely one of my favorite silhouettes ever. I think it's so elegant and it just elevates everything. It just looks so good. So this is a lightweight cotton blend. It has a ribbed hem at the bottom, which adds shape and it kind of cinches the waist. And I just love the look of it. So I can wear it with pretty much anything high-waisted and it just looks very good without me having to do any tucking or anything. And then the skirt is machine washable merino wool, very flowy, stretchy, comfortable, and again it just looks very elegant. So it has an elastic waistband with a drawstring. I love how the top, you can show the drawstring or you can kind of like put it over the drawstring if you don't want the drawstring to show. I talk about color analysis all the time. You can go based off of the colors that look the best on you based off your analysis. But even if you don't want to do a color analysis, you can just look at something. If you've photographed yourself or if you see yourself on film or if you see yourself in the mirror and you just really love, you're drawn to certain colors on yourself, stick to that. You don't have to. You can experiment. If you are going to experiment, I definitely recommend the color analysis. But for example, so obviously I do own a lot of white and I do love white and I like lighter colors, but I always prefer darker colors. I also love browns and more tonal colors, not necessarily beige or like lighter neutral colors because they kind of wash me out, but something along the lines of like a taupe or a brown, similar to the sweater. So this is their bow tie collar wool cashmere sweater and it comes with this beautiful scarf integrated into the sweater. And I just think that it's such an easy thing that you can throw on, but again, just elevates everything. So this is a cashmere merino wool blend. It has ribbed cuffs and a hem that kind of keeps the structure similar to this top that has a hem at the bottom. I prefer the cinch that hems like this give. You can layer with this or you can wear it on its own, and I paired it with these beautiful trousers. This is their stretch heavyweight crepe wide leg pant. If you aren't new here, you know how I feel about wide leg pants. It has a concealed side zip, an elasticated waistband, check. And it also has this beautiful removable decorative plate. So you can remove it if you want, if you don't want the little gold detail, but it's a very subtle, elegant looking gold detail. And I like the color of the gold. Obviously something that you can pair with everything. And one of the saddest things for me, you know, aside from a lot of my denim postpartum, my trousers. Like they don't fit. They still don't fit, a lot of them. So like the majority of my trouser collection, I can't wear. And it's so sad because I love my trousers. So the fact that this one is stretchy and it has an elasticated waistband, and I could also remove the plate if I want. Like, just the versatility of it and the fact that I can adjust it, game changing for me. I also got this beautiful scarf. This is their lily print silk scarf. I really love a scarf because you can wear it so many different ways. You can tie it on your bag, you can wear it as a headband, you can wear it as a top. There's just so many different ways that you can style a scarf, especially a larger scarf, which this one is. It's made out of wrinkle resistant silk twill. I also like tying it around my waist, how I styled it in this video, and it's just something that I can get so many uses out of. Another question that you should ask yourself is, does this fit my lifestyle? Ask yourself what things you do on a daily basis. Are you working from home? Are you going to the gym, going to the grocery store, or going to a coffee shop? Like something very casual, and you're rarely going out, rarely, wearing heels or getting like a lot more dressed, then maybe you don't want to spend like a ton of money on those things. You could always invest and just have something that you specifically use for that occasion, which is great too. I do that, but I think that definitely asking yourself if this fits my lifestyle before going and spending money on it. How does this fabric lay on your body? If you're not familiar with the fabric, then you can wait to actually purchase it, and then once you try it on, this should be something that you ask yourself, when I try this on, am I doing my little dance in front of the mirror? Am I very excited about this piece, or is it something that I'm like, I have to kind of like tuck it in, and I have to kind of like style it and change the shape out of it to get the look that I want? It's not something that I'm throwing on and I feel very confident to begin with. I have to kind of like manipulate it in order to feel confident. That's a red flag. Something that I look for specifically in pants is I don't like it to cling on to my lower belly at all. I want it to flow. If it's high-waisted, I want it to flow from my waist down. Obviously it's going to cinch at the waist, but I want it to flow. I don't want it to kind of like cling onto anything. So that's something that I look for, and I love it when pants are just like very straight. I don't want to have to think about it. I want it to be something that I feel very confident in. You really want to take your body shape into consideration. So when you're purchasing something, make sure that if you got it from like an influencer, you were influenced by someone wearing it, make sure that they have a similar body type, or maybe the model on the website has a similar body type. If you're not familiar with the silhouettes that work for you, if you are familiar with the silhouettes, then make sure it's a silhouette that fits, the categories of the things that you're wearing the most in your closet. Taking your body type into consideration is a huge one when it comes to fit. And the last question is, do I have accessories that will work for this piece? There have been times where I buy something, every single time that I try to style it, I just can't find the right accessories for it. I don't have the right shoes. I don't have the right pieces to make it work. And then I just put it back in my closet, and I end up not styling it for months or years, and it collects dust in my closet. So now I like to make sure that I have the right pieces that will work for this. This happens a lot more with like dresses or sets, because they're pieces that just take up the majority of your outfit. You want to make sure that you have the right bags, jewelry, shoes, just accessories in general to be able to style this piece. Otherwise, A, you're going to have to buy these pieces, which you're going to have to spend more money on, and B, you're not going to wear it. So yeah, I don't advise that you buy accessories for a specific piece if these accessories do not work for multiple pieces in your closet. If you really want this piece and you want to buy, and you just tell yourself, okay, I'll just buy these shoes that'll go with it, make sure the shoes also go with other pieces in your closet, because then that just defeats the purpose of this list that we've got going on here. So those are pretty much the main questions that I ask myself every single time that I'm going to purchase anything for my closet. If you guys have any questions that you ask yourself that maybe I didn't mention, let me know down below. And thank you so much, lilysilk, for sponsoring this video. I will link everything that I mentioned from them down below, as well as a link to their site that you can check out. So yeah, be sure to check out the description, and I will see you in my next video.